All right, so this is going to be an example of making the educational program for the multimedia course. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I already started up and I made a new Unity project folder. Okay, so I just have this Cone Edu program, and there's my Unity. And what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to minimize that for right now. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder, and I'm just going to call it scenes. Okay, and I'm going to save this scene. So I'm going to file, save scene, and I'm going to save it into my scenes folder underneath my asset, and I'm just going to call it main. Main is the what you call the first file, the first thing you open up. I'm going to go ahead and save. So now this is saved there. So this is going to be my start screen. I'm going to switch my resolution to 16:9. That'll be a little bit better. And so this is going to be my start screen. That's what I want. I'm going to make another folder here, and make another folder, and I'm going to call it sprites. Sprites. Basically, this is going to hold my 2D images. And I'll make another folder, and I'll call this one scripts. When I start writing scripts, they'll go in there. Okay, so I'm going to open up my sprites folder, and I'm going to drop the sprites I need, at least for this image. Boop. Okay. And we are going to go, I already made this once before, artwork, and I'm going to drag in, so this is my start screen. So I got to find, where is that? Okay, I'm going to use this. Just going to click and drag it in there. And then, where's the other elements? I can't seem to find them now. Oh, I'm going to put them in GUI. So button master, start screen, master, PSD. This must be, okay. Apparently I didn't export those out. I'll just use the one that I already had in here. So assets, sprites, and I can't see. Let's see. So it'll be start screen, boom, boom, boom. I have these three. Oops, actually there's four. I'll grab this other one here. Start screen 4. Okay, bring all those in there, so those are all the elements I need. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put this back up, and I actually don't need this. Alright, so there's the elements that I need. Wait for that to, okay. And I am going to take this, and this is just going to be a backdrop. I actually only really need a GUI for this, so I think we'll just go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to do game object, UI, and we will create a, actually I'll just drop this in there first. Okay, so I have this, click on inspector, and I'm on, let's go here. Just want to see if this fits within the, let me select the camera, and it looks like it fits within the camera, so that's good. If I hit play, I just want to make sure it's only showing that. I don't want to make sure I have anything. Darkness looks good. Okay, good. So that's what I wanted. And then I'm also going to put this up above it, which is good. So I got my start screen. Didn't want it actually part of that. There we go. Sugar gliders, that's good. And then I need my start and my quit buttons. So I'm just going to go ahead and make that UI, and those will be buttons. Okay, which is good. So now I have that, and I am going to bring these guys and plop them in my button. So I don't see where the button is. Let's see, where are they? Oh, that's right, because it would be, I have to go in game. There it is. So I'm going to take my the source images, which is currently using a UI sprite, and I'm going to go ahead and take this and I'm going to drop it in there, so that becomes the source image. And I am going to go from image type to simple, and I'm going to do set native size, so it makes it the correct size. And I'm going to bring this, oops, I got to go, well, we'll do it this way. I'm going to 0 this out, and 0. And I'm going to look underneath where I have that text, and I'm just going to delete it. I don't need the text because I have my own text. Okay, go back to my button here. And I'm going to change the scale of it to, like, I don't know, we'll say half the size, 0.5 by 0.5. Okay, looks good. And I'm going to move the position of it up a little bit, like to there. and I am going to click on this button here to add a component. Okay. I'm also going to go ahead and, well, we'll duplicate this first. So I'm going to duplicate the button I just made. I'm just going to call it the start button. Start button. Okay. So I have that, which represents this. I'm going to go ahead and Control D to duplicate, or Command D if you're using a Mac. Rename this one Quit button. Oops. Quit button. Beauteous. And that looks good. And I'm going to go ahead and change this to this, so it's a quit. And I'm going to move this down. Okay, so basically I just put the quit button for the image here. So now I have my quit and my start button. All right, and that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and save this, Control S. And now what I need to do is actually make these buttons do something. So I'm going to say on click is going to add a component. So I'm just going to click this. So when it gets clicked on, it's going to do something. But right now I don't have any scripts to run for it to do anything. So I'm going to go ahead and make a new, I want to create empty. I just right click and create empty. And I'm going to drag it so I don't want it underneath that. And I'm just going to call this the game controller. All right. And on this, I'm going to add my script. Okay. So it's just a good way to work, is to have like one object that has all of your scripts in it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to create. I went to my scripts folder. I'm going to go to create JavaScript. And I'm going to call this one the menu script. Menu script. All right. And I will double click on it, and it will open up with my default browser. Try that again. There it goes. In this case, it's going to open up Mono Develop. All right. So I don't need either one of these things. I don't need it to do anything on start or quit. I just need to add some functions here. So I'm going to have a function, and it's going to be start game. Okay. So functions, the keyword start game is the name that I decide to call this, and I'm not sending it any parameters. Nothing's going inside there. And I am going to have this do application. This is just a built-in function inside of Unity, dot quit. Okay. And again, I'm not sending any parameters. And basically all it's going to do is it's going to quit the, oh, sorry, not application dot quit. Sorry, application dot load level, and then I am going to send the parameters. The level I want it to load is going to be level 01. Okay, so it'll be my first level after this thing, and that looks good. So that'll be start game, and then I'll also make a function quit. All right, so function, and then we're going to do quit, or sorry, yeah, function quit game. This one doesn't get any parameters, and because it's just going to quit, I don't need to tell it how to quit. So this is going to be application dot quit, and that is a built-in function. I don't need to send it anything, and voila. So basically, one will start, it'll load the next level, do application, the current application, load level, and I want to load level 01, which I haven't made yet, but that will be one, and the other one will quit the game. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and save that, Control S. And I'm going to go back here, look to see if any errors pop up. Looks like not. I'm going to take it, I'm going to drop it onto the game controller. So now the game controller has that menu script down here. Now, when I go into here, it's going to ask for the object that has the script attached to it that I want to run. So in this case, it's game controller. I'm going to pop it in there. And then I'm going to look for the functions that are on this. So I made menu script. And in that, I had one that said, I'm on the first start button, right? I have one that says start game, and that's what it's going to do. So when you click on it, it's going to run that function. I'm going to go to my quit button, and again, it's the game controller that has the script. Oh, I didn't make the thing yet. Oops, here we go. Got to add an event here, and I'm going to go ahead and drag that onto there. And then again, my menu script that's attached to this, and it's going to be quit game. All right, and it's going to run that script when that's pressed. All right. Huzzah! So let's go ahead and I am going to Control S. Now I can't really test the quit or the start because I don't have, in order for quit to work, you have to actually have to load it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause, well, I'll just show you. So if I go File, I can do Build and Run. And actually, before I do this, I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to make another folder in here. What do you call it? Create folder. And I just call it Builds. Actually, I changed my mind. Let's not do that. I like to do it in there anyway. So File, Build and Run. Add open scene, which is the current scene we're in. Okay, and I'm just going to do PC, Mac, and Linux. And I'm going to Build and Run. And I'm just going to make a new folder outside of here. I was going to put in the Assets folder, which wouldn't be good. And I just call this one Builds, just so that I know. And then we will just call this like Sugar. Okay, save. It should take like 2 seconds to run or to compile. And come on. It really shouldn't take too long. Maybe because it's the first time it's building. Good, and then it should pop up a window. I'm going to keep it windowed, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller just so that it's easier to work with right now. Personal Edition. And voila. So you can see it has a start and the quit button. So if I hit start, it's not going to do anything. But if I quit, it'll quit it. Okay. Yay. Now you can see actually I'm running into an issue where my screen is not showing up, right? The image that I want for the not this one, sorry, back to sprites. This is not showing up. So start screen 02. So if this current order in layer is 0, if I make this one 1, that will show up because it'll be 1 above. Okay. So there we go. And I'll just go ahead and save that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do File, New Scene. This will be my new scene. I'm going to do File, Save Scene As. I'm going to save underneath Scenes, and we're going to call it Level 01. Okay. Now, let me show you how we're going to hook these up together. So, I'm going to go back to my assets here to Scenes, and I'm going to double click on Main. So it pops back open. And what we need to do is actually, I'm going to double click back on this one, and we're going to go File, Build and Run. So I'm on level 1. Oh, is it? Oh, oops. Yeah, sorry. I gotta do build settings first. So I'm gonna add open scene to this, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna add level 1 to the and so in order to go from one to the next, you have to have like a whole playing thing. It hits up the whole list here. Now I can build and run, and I'm just gonna save it over top of the other one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Now, when I play this, you'll see that the start button should work. So if I go start, it'll open up the next, which I don't have anything in it, but it'll open up the next scene. Okay? Voila. So, because it's opened up level 1, which is what we named it, and if you remember the script, it says application.load level 01. Alright, so that's this one. Alright, and we will exit out of that, and I'm going to call that one good on this, and then we'll start the next little mini game, more or less, on the next video.